I just bought my version of the Garifuna Dictionary, or this version of the Garifuna Dictionary by Ruben Reyes on Amazon for $50 US. So it's, as you can see, that's the title, that's the front cover page with the flag, the Garifuna flag, and it has an emblem designed by Reyes himself. And at the back, it has a brief bio of Mr. Reyes. So it says that, for those who don't know, Ruben Reyes is a Garifuna scholar and educator. He was born in Tela, Honduras, and this is quoted from behind the book. He has extensive knowledge of Garifuna culture and history and is an expert in the Garifuna language. He teaches the language in Los Angeles and also produces the Sa Samo Show, a weekly program where he interviews people on GariTV.com, and they discuss the Garifuna culture and issues in the community. Ruben is also the inventor of the Garifuna clock and the designer of the Garifuna flag emblem. He's also translated anthems of Honduras, Guatemala, and the United States in Garifuna and founded the Garifuna Museum of Los Angeles. He also co-produced and co-directed the film Garifuna in Peril with Ali, and that's Mr. Reyes. Alright, so first impressions of the book. So as you can see, it's very thick, very bulky, very heavy, so it won't be able to travel, easily, because it will be heavy to travel around with. So it's translated in Garifuna Spanish and English, Garifuna Español and English. It has a table of contents. At the beginning, it has this painting or a photo, almost like a painting. Let me say, the Bandera por Ruben Reyes, I guess by Mr. Reyes from 2024. I like that it has a table of contents, and it has these different sections. So it has its acknowledgement page, acknowledging all those who he's grateful for. And there's also a Beril Gule, which is Garifuna translation for introduction, and it's translated in Garifuna, in Spanish, and in English, and it's written by Dr. Let's see his name, Maximo G. Martinez, PhD, and they are the resources that he used to write. And he details, how the Garifuna came about, how they landed in countries in the Caribbean, where Garifuna people can be found, and all about our history. And I guess a little bit, some facts on how, you know, that the words are pronounced. And what I also like is, you know, he has the Garifuna alphabet, and explains what they are. I didn't know they have the Garifuna alphabet, but there they are. You know, A, Gara, Runati, B, Ba. You know, letters like T, Ta. The U with the double dot over it, like what Gwen told me. Gaguti and Maguti at the U, and so on. And it also has the numbers in Garifuna. For those of you who want to learn the numbers, and you know what I like, because it's translated in 3 languages, Garifuna, Spanish, and English. You know, whichever one is your first language, you know, you can see the translation and just follow along. And it also has a section for pronunciation, a section for how you would pronounce the accents, you know. Garifuna have, and he also provides example of what he means. An example in Garifuna, Kei Buri, which is example or ejemplo in Spanish. And then he gives examples so that you know how to pronounce the different words, such as Duna, Noma, Loba, Lida, Logie, Bere, Lala, Ere, Ega, Dubu, Nehu, Tega. He also has another thing that I like, he also has the verb tenses, which is important because when we speak, we talk about things that are happening now. You know, when you're talking directly to the person, when you're talking in the present tense, when you're talking about things that already happened in the past, when you're talking about things in the future, you know. So he shows how words can be conjugated in the different tenses. And he gave us an example here for the word rija in Espanol, ver, in English is to see. So you can see in the different tenses, you know, how to conjugate that word. So in the present tense, that's how you would conjugate arija. In the past tense, arihatina, arihatibu, arihati, arihatiwa, arihatu, arihatina. You know, so it has all these translations, translations of course, but how to conjugate verbs. So you can see it's a very detailed, well-written book, and it has also what the legends mean, because when you're looking through the dictionary, you'll see these letters by the words in the dictionary so that you know what they mean. So for example, the word abahudaha, which meaning to count. You know, besides it, you'll see the abbreviation ITR.V, so that means it's an It's a verb. It's an intransitive verb. So as you go along, you notice these abbreviations beside each of the words so that you know. So, so it's very detailed. It has the Garifuna section from Garifuna, one row of the Garifuna with the row of the Spanish next to it. And then next to that is the row of the English word. And it has that section. So the first section is from Garifuna Spanish to English. And as you proceed, you'll see the next section is from Spanish Garifuna to English. And then the last section for the dictionary itself will be from English Garifuna to Spanish. And at the back, and this book is like over 400 pages. At the back it has, let's see here, it has about the author. It's in, there you go, about the author. It's in both Spanish and English. I'm not sure why the Garifuna version wasn't included. I noticed that that's missing. And my other another thing I noticed is the words are very small, so if you're someone who can't see very well, it will be hard for you to read. And also there's no line going across for the word, so you may need to like put a book or a ruler across so you don't read the word, the translation wrong, so that's my other observation, so that could be improved upon. And of course, because it's a book, a printed version, it's not digital, you can't easily just look up the words. You literally have to open the dictionary, scroll through the pages to find a word. And because of that, it's not available, on the computer or in an app, so you can easily just type in the word that you're looking for, and if it's there, it comes up easily. And also, because it's a book, there's not an audio translation, so you can hear how to pronounce the words, and then you can repeat as you go along, so besides that, I think it's very well written. It's very detailed, and as you can see, it has all those different categories to make you understand how to pronounce the word, why it's pronounced that way. You're given a history of the Garifuna language and people. So it's a final thought would be it's well written, well coming from someone who is well established and well respected and well accomplished and well respected, in our Garifuna community, who has been doing this for years, who has been teaching people, who has accomplished a lot, in terms of the language and teaching the language. So it's a good resource for every home to have, for those who want to learn, or for those who need a refresher for the written, Garifuna language. And it's a tool that every household should have. Thank you for listening. Se remain.